Okay, so now let's switch gears. Let's go back to that topic one. And what in the world is going on with Prime One shipping? So I know I've had some conversations, or we've had some conversations with Eric this week. This is what started with me. I got this, and some other collectors got this as well. And it says, did anyone get an email from Prime One that said there's an error in your shipment for this statue? So I have ordered this one, and I've also ordered the penguin. Both of them have shipped from Prime One. Now I believe the shipping that I have is the slow 3-month by boat shipping. So my tracking number says that it's shipping from California, and a label has been created, but that's it. And that was weeks ago. My penguin started shipping yesterday. Okay, so there's obviously no update anytime soon. Now, I believe Eric got. Did you get this one too, or just the penguin?
Just the penguin.
Okay, so just the penguin, but you got shipping, and you did the quicker shipping, right?
Yeah, I did the standard expensive shipping.
Yeah,
and got ripped off.
Well, yeah, really. So anyway, a number of us got this message yesterday that says that there's an error, and so when you go into the site, it's not proper English. It's kind of worded funny the way it is. Yeah. Like there's an error with your order, basically. And so I messaged the creative director at Prime One, and because I thought maybe he could kind of help me out and figure out what's going on. And he says he has nothing to do with that, so he can't help me. And so I emailed their customer service, and customer service got back to me this morning rather quickly. And I don't know if they kind of sent out a blanket email for anybody that responded. But they said, thanks for reaching out to us, as well as your continued support of our company. I just checked your order, and there seems to be no issue with it. The shipment error status should update in the next couple of days. If it doesn't, please feel free to reach back to us, and we will be able to assist you further. Please do not hesitate to contact us with any other issues. So that is the message I got, and it sounds like a couple other collectors also got the same message today from them. So I thought that is promising. But it kind of seems like it might stem a little bit from they're using FedEx, and this is the first time that I've seen them use that. Every time that I have purchased from them, I believe it's usually DHL is the one that I've received the most from them. I can't remember a time where it's been FedEx.
I've had UPS, FedEx.
UPS I've had before, but I feel like mostly DHL. And occasionally, whenever you pay the faster shipping, there sometimes is an import fee, or a customs fee, which is annoying. It's been like around the $90 price point, give or take. But Eric was messaging our group, and he had some weird things happen. And I'll share a couple of these things that Eric shared with us. And so Eric again did the quicker shipping. So kind of walk us through, Eric, like where the bells and whistles kind of went off for you.
So yeah, I did the standard shipping. It was $520. So you would think it would, come to my door smoothly. With, any shipment, I keep track of, the progress each day just to see where it is, to see if any, see if there's any import fees. So the first 2 days were fine. It made it to the United States. It ended up in Chicago. It stayed in Chicago for like a day. And then my estimated delivery date was supposed to be, I believe, today. And then it was like, boom, it disappeared and said there was an error message. It's called clearance delay. So I look at the message next to where it says clearance delay, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is that? And it basically says that you need to provide a business ID number or, an import ID number. So is that from me or?
That's from you.
Yeah, that was the email. So I was assuming it was for Prime One. So I emailed Prime One, and I was like, hey, not for nothing, but I paid a lot of money for this shipment, and, think you guys can help me out. It's now stuck with, at customs in the United States. And in the meantime, I'm like, well, Prime One can take like a week to get back to me with this email. And meanwhile, my package is sitting in Chicago. I don't want them to send it back, if they would even do that. So I called FedEx to see if I could do anything on my end. And I was like, hey, I noticed there was, it says, you guys need some type of form. It's called a 5106 form. And I was like, I contacted the company. Hopefully they clear things up. And then the guy, the FedEx agent was like, well, actually, that's for you. He goes, you need to fill that out. So before I called FedEx, I looked at what this form was. It's a business license form to get permission to be an importer in the United States to have, packages come internationally to you. So basically I had to fill out a business form as an individual and get a registered license to be an importer and have my statue came from Hong Kong. But it was a whole entire process. So here's what happens. The same day that I got the clearance delay message, I was supposed to also get an email with a link to the form. You fill out the form online, and and that's that. So I'm telling the guy at FedEx, I'm like, I never received the form. Can you please send me the form? He's like, okay, what's your email address? I give him my email address and hang up the phone. And I get another email. It says clearance delay, but I never get the form. The next day I call back and I'm like, listen, I never got the form. You think you guys can send it to me? And the guy's like, oh, we don't do that. You have been assigned a special agent from customs. Customs has to send it to you. So he gave me the woman's extension number and phone number. Her name was Rebecca. So now I'm waiting for Rebecca to get back to me just so I can get the form and then fill out the form, which takes 2 days to get approved. And then, submit it, and hopefully my statue, the package starts moving again. So a bunch of days are going by. I'm calling FedEx. I'm calling this woman. She's not answering. I'm calling FedEx. I'm like, can I just send you the form? I found the form online and I filled it out myself. I was like, I already filled that out ahead of time. I'm emailing this woman. She's not, responding. She's not answering phone calls. And they're like, well, no, you can only deal with her. She's your special agent because the form has your social security number. It's actually a business form. So it's like a 4-page form. But if you are an individual, you ignore all the business stuff. I found some tutorial on YouTube on how to fill it out. It's actually pretty complicated. And if you fill it out wrong, it gets rejected and you got to start all over. So it's a pain in the ass. But again, so 3 or 4 days went by and I'm not getting this form. I'm not getting responses from this Rebecca lady. And finally today I called one more time. I said, listen, I can't get a hold of this Rebecca lady. You guys are telling me she's the only one that I could deal with. I said, I'm not a business. I was like, I ordered, I told them what it was. I said, I ordered a comic book statue from Prime One and it should be just sent to me. Why do I have to submit a form as a business to get some permit to be an importer? I was like, I don't plan to, start some importing business off of this. And they were like, no, it's a government regulation. You, even as an individual, you need to fill out the form. So it requires your social security number and a whole bunch of other stuff that you got to fill out. And then supposedly you do it once and that's it. You're good forever. So to finish it up. So I get off the phone. I said, all right, fine. I guess I got to keep waiting for this Rebecca lady. At that point, I was just ready to call Prime One and be like, listen, take the package back. I'm done with it. And send me another one, but I knew they wouldn't do that. So I get off the phone this morning with them, and finally, some lady finally calls me, and she's like, "Hi, I'm from FedEx. I'm returning your call." So I'm thinking it's Rebecca. I'm like, "Oh, thankfully, she finally called me." She goes, "Hi, my name is Cindy." I was like, "Oh, great." So, I go, "Listen, I can't get a hold of this Rebecca lady to clear my, get rid of this clearance delay thing," and she goes, I can accept the form. She goes, email me the form. I told her I had to fill it out ahead of time. She goes, email it to me and I'll take care of it for you. She goes, I'm a special agent that steps in when you can't get a hold of your special agent. So now I have 2 special agents try to do all this for me.
Gee,
And, as of this afternoon, this woman finally cleared it for me. It went through the same day. I heard it sometimes it could take 2 days to get approved. And my package is back en route, and Penguin's supposedly arriving tomorrow. It's crazy, but get ready for anybody that ordered. If this is how Prime One is now shipping statues.
What is Dragonwell Transportation Limited?
Yeah, every time they send a statue, it's under a different weird name. So this time
Yep.
it was dragging.
It's always different.
So listen, this was like a 4-day fiasco of me on the phone. Like I probably left out half of the information. I was constantly calling FedEx, constantly getting transferred, getting no responses from people, getting no help from people over a 4-day period. So anybody that purchased something through Prime One and you plan on doing standard shipping, get ready to fill out one of these forms. It's called a 5106 form. And like I said, it's a 4-page document made for businesses. It's a business form. And you got to try to figure it out, fill it out as an individual. And yeah, I guess this is the new standard. It's for anything that's over $800. You are required to have this form now, they're saying. So I
So
think
are you saying shipping over $800 or the cost of the item total?
if the item, I guess it includes shipping as well into the price, but anything over $800 is required to have this form.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, do we know yet for sure if this is a problem with just the economy shipping or the standard shipping or both? Do we know?
I don't know. This is the first time I've used FedEx. I've used UPS. I've used, like you said, DHL from Prime One Studios. I've never had to do this before. But the only thing I noticed, and I was telling you guys today, is I've noticed in the past on past statues on the box, you get like this whole invoice. I noticed in the past that they've been declaring the value of the statues at about $600. Even if it's like a $2,000 statue, they would put in the value at 600. So I wonder if they were doing that purposely to avoid this whole form, fiasco thing going on. But I guess now they're, declaring the true value of the statue. So now expect to fill out one of these forms if you have anything coming from them, at least standard shipping.
Well, it makes me wonder if the error came up because they know about this. They know about this problem. At least I hope they do.
Yeah. I contacted them and, because originally I thought they had to do it. I was like, I'm not a business. I was like, I don't have an import business license number. Well, now I do, but I didn't have one at the time. So I told them to fix it. Prime One knows about it. I contacted them and they were like, no, they go, you need to fill out the form. I was like, okay. I was like, what am I gonna do? It's already in Chicago. If I would have known ahead of time, I wouldn't have even done it. I would have probably just did the economy shipping. I have to deal with what I had to deal with this week.
Well, I mean, here on this channel, at least, I'm going to report pretty ad nauseum because again, I've got the Batman Triumphant coming and also Penguin. And if this is continuing to happen, then we need to continue to address this because this is a potential major problem. The average person is not going to go through having to get a license to become an importer.
I have a license now. Like I'm a registered importer, officially a registered importer in the United States.
I mean, that is just stupid. Right?
And I told them a million times, I said, listen, I am just one guy in a house. I'm not a business. I was like, I don't know why I need this. They kept telling me, yes, you need it. You have to have it. I was like, okay.
I hate to bring us even into it, but at that same extent, having an import license, is that a taxable thing for your yearly income and all that stuff now?
That's what I'm worried about too. How if this is going to affect moving forward.
I feel like they can go further than just buying an item and having it shipped.
Yeah.
Having to have licenses like that.
This is insane. Like, so this isn't like, when you get like the little email to pay for like the custom fees and then you just click on it and put your credit card and then it gets cleared. You have to get assigned a special agent. Like what I went through, you can only deal with one person. It's a special agent assigned to you. And you have to give out your social security number, all your info and deal with this one person and basically get approved for a license to get a statue from Prime One.
This bad protocol sounds like they had a very similar, experience than Eric had. I know exactly what Eric is talking about, except I never filled out a form. I just spoke with customs over the phone, and they had to register as an importer by phone. So they had to go through the same process, which again, is just insane.
I couldn't do that. They were like, we cannot help you. You cannot give us your info because it's, personal. It's your social security number and everything. I was like, understandable. But at the same time, I cannot get a hold of my special agent that's supposed to be helping me.
And Caesar says, absolutely, it's for tax purposes. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. I think Matt hit the nail right on the head. It makes me real nervous that that's kind of the route they're going to go, and it's like they're trying to get around some loopholes to get the statues to people. But the prices are really crazy. Like I don't know if you want to say how much you paid for Penguin. Do you want to tell how much?
Yeah,
you
I said
paid
it
for
earlier,
shipping?
520. I
Okay.
figured this is my thought process. I was like, it's the last one that's going in my cabinet. I just want to finish up the cabinet, be done with it, and relax for a while, and just go out with the big bang. I paid the extra money.
Yeah.
And it didn't end so well. I had to go through a lot of headaches this week just to get it.
Again, my Batman Triumphant is 2 big boxes, and it is a big piece. Like I was not very happy about the shipping, but like I paid, and it was the slow shipping, and it was still $520. 2 big boxes. Now my Penguin was like 300 some, I think.
It's insane. It's like I've had, I've been ordering Prime 1 statues all year long, and I've had cheaper shipping prices on larger pieces. Penguin's not that big. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's not, and his base isn't that big either. It's pretty flat.
I mean, he has a lot of switch outs, but I can't imagine the box being like bigger than like Talon or some of the other ones I got this year.
Comments like what Eric says here. There are a lot of other retailers. I've been buying direct from Prime 1 for quite some time, and I've had really good experience with them. And I think I have like 7 or 8 pre-orders with them right now. It makes me very nervous right now. I hope they're able to address this with their community. Because again, if this becomes the norm, I think that there's going to be a major backlash. And people are going to be very unhappy that they have to deal with this just to buy a product and receive it. You're already paying a tremendous amount of money, like Eric said, to get this stuff in. And then to have this kind of hassle on top of it, people are going to stop buying from them. Yeah. And they're going to want their money back. And that will hurt their bottom line. And so hopefully if that's what it takes to get things changed, then that's what it is. But I do feel like Prime 1 will hopefully address this and, fix it, because it's going to be a major problem. But if you do buy from a retailer, that becomes their problem and not yours, if that makes sense, because a lot of retailers offer free shipping or $4 shipping or other things. And that becomes the retailer's nightmare and not yours. So that might just be a more convenient option to let them deal with it and let their customer service take care of you that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, are you guys with me on this? Do you think this could blow up in a big, big way here?
Yeah.
I don't think most people would want to go through that hassle.
No.
I mean, like in Eric's case, like he said, if you're put on the spot where your item's already physically left the warehouse, it's in the States or wherever, port it's coming from in your country, what do? You've already paid the shipping. You're not going to get refunded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kickback makes a good point here. He says may not be in Prime, or may not be Prime 1's fault. Maybe just might be a new USA requirement, and Prime 1's hands are tied.
So
doesn't really matter
like
to
Eric
me.
said. Like Eric said earlier, it was like regulation or whatever. So I mean, that would be a U.S. issue.
No, this is nothing new, because I had to look into like how to fill out the form. So I YouTubed it and found like videos from, years ago of people dealing with the same thing, the same frustration, that they're like, we're not a business. Why do we have to fill out a business form? We don't even know how to fill out a business form. And it was the one guy that helped me a lot was I think they were getting like small, like I think they were doing like headlights or something and getting them from China, and they were going through the same thing. They were having to fill out this form to get their packages. And
Ronaldo here said he had a very similar experience to Eric, and he lost $900 in the process, which is just a giant shame. And Eric Peterson Carlson says, honestly, it just also kills a lot of the fun of just getting a new statue. So, to have that kind of hassle and worry about the money or losing money or having to, I know, I business all of a sudden, like that's crazy to me.
I don't know if Jeff, you mentioned, I don't know if you want to bring it up. You were waiting for like UPS shipments. So like if I didn't keep track of my tracking number, I would have never known about this, because Rebecca never called me. I never got the email with this whole form. It would have just sat, and probably who knows what would have happened to my package. I never even knew about it.
Yeah, I ordered some Omnibuy from In Stock Trades, and that it was not a $2,000 statue, but still, the box just was tracking along and vanished somewhere. And I contacted them, and I'm like, what's going on? And they were like, let us see if we can. They're like, we don't know where it is. We can't. UPS has no idea.
It's weird.
It just a box of big books just vanished.
So frustrating. So what'd they do for you?
They just resent the order.
It was UPS.
They had to replace it.
Was it UPS or the post office?
UPS.
Okay, because I know with the post office, a lot of people try to mail something media, and I believe comic books don't count as shipping for media because they have advertisements in them. It can only be like an actual reading book. So a lot of times they'll take the package and send it back to the person that shipped it. We call it media mail. But yeah, if it's UPS, I never heard of that before.
No, it was tracking along fine, and just, it was, we'll update when available. And it did that for days and days. So I waited a week.
I had a funny thing with UPS recently where I think it was a Saturday. We got 2 packages delivered from UPS. Neither one of them were for our house. And they were from 2 different houses.
Oh my gosh.
So, but they were nearby. They were within like a block. So I just walked them over and dropped one off at a house across the street and a ways down. And then I went around the corner and I was going to drop off the second one. And I was expecting a package that day. I found my package at the second house.
Oh no.
That
So I
happened to me
just
once.
waited and came home.
Jeez.
So that UPS driver was having a really bad day.
Yeah. That would.
Yeah, it seems
it's
like
who's
it all-
liable if that person would have taken your statue and then be like, I never received a package. Who's
Yep.
liable for that? Like, is the UPS liable, or like, I don't know. It's crazy because they obviously scanned in, like they scanned it like it was delivered.
Yeah.
Lord knows they don't. I mean, half the time they don't ring the doorbell, or they just like drop it off, or whatever.
Yep. They
God,
always
what
leave
a-
mine.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Well-
stuff that requires signature, they just,
They just leave it.
they come
Yeah, they just
like
they
a
sign it
couple
themselves.
feet of the porch and toss it.
I don't even get my boxes in the same spot. I have a covered porch right next to my front door, and I'll find them by the road, by the
Yeah.
garage, by another door of the house. I have to go play searching parties to find my
Yeah.
boxes.
We've actually got a delivery box with a lid. Big stuff won't fit in it, but Amazon stuff and stuff like that, and it's just tossed at the door.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about this on Collective Minds the other night. And Jerry said that he's got a really long driveway leading up to his house. And now they've started leaving his statues at the driveway rather than going up to the house. And he talked to the driver. The driver said, my boss won't let me go up the driveways anymore. I have to leave them at the street.
That's crazy.
It's
I
just
think I want
inviting,
to talk to the boss,
just
because I
inviting.
don't believe that. I want somebody to tell me that, because shipping is the highest it's ever been. They just negotiated a raise, from my understanding.
Yep.
Yeah.
And right about that time's when, we get a lot of stuff from Amazon. And it's just, like I said, there's been several things tracking like that. It just tracks and then it's gone.
Hmm.
So
Just crazy.
It's always nerve wracking too, because when we get statues, they physically say what they are in the side of the box.
oh yeah.
I know most people outside of collectors probably don't know what Sideshow is even, or Prime One, but
You
to me,
could
it's like
Google
it
it.
says quarter scale statue. Yeah, if you have a phone and you say, "Well, that's a big box," I don't trust that stuff.
Nope. And let me tell you what from the Roosevelt's thing, they ship their shirts in that, like, in little plastic bags with their logo all over it. And I've gotten 2 different orders from them, and it's been very lucky that the shirts were even in it, because the bags have been razor bladed open.
Wow.
And
Wow.
people have been just getting the bags put in their mailbox. And some of them, when they sell out really fast, I mean, if you try to buy it on the secondary market, you're double the retail price of it.
Well, unfortunately, tonight we're not going to be able to solve any shipping problems that we are finding. But again, I do want to say that we will keep you guys posted in the community as much as we can. With our experiences, it sounds like there are at least 3 or 4 people in the chat tonight that have had to do the exact same thing, which again is ridiculous. And so I just want to be a voice here on the channel for everybody out there that's getting stuff. Hopefully they will resolve it, and hopefully we can continue to spread good news about it being fixed or people not having to do this anymore, because it is a great hassle. It is a buzzkill, and it's just unnecessary. It's just really sad. But again, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a U.S. policy or if it's a Prime One problem. I don't know. I'm sure Prime One doesn't want there to be negativity surrounding each delivery. So obviously, I'm assuming it'd be in their best interest to try to figure this out as well. But anyway, I think Eric, you wanted to say something.
I forgot what I was going to say. It was nothing too important, though. Don't worry about it.
Okay. It'd be interesting to know if anybody has had this problem with another company. Weta ships to the U.S. Darkside ships to the U.S.
Great question.
I was going to say if anybody needs help filling out the form, because it's weird. Like if they do require that, why make it a 4-page business form? Why not make another one for regular individuals? And make it like a little bit easier to fill out. But if anybody's confused how to fill out the form, I can link you to the YouTube video I watched. It was really helpful.
As I say, I might need your help trying to get Batman and Penguin in myself, so we'll see. But Jeff, great question, because is anybody else experiencing this with other companies? And if they're getting their stuff in fine, well, then that tells me that it is a Prime One problem.
Right.
So really great.
Like I said in our private chat, it makes me wonder if they have not discovered some way to where it's cheaper for them, but they can charge the same thing, but it's just going to be more of a hassle on the other end.
Could be.
Was this only with FedEx though? Because you guys have done quick shipping with, like you said, DHL and UPS, and most of us have gotten a lot of economy shippings through multiple carriers.
I've done quick shipping with FedEx too. I've never had this happen before. I think when I forget how Catwoman came. She came like a few months ago, whatever, and
she was FedEx. Okay.
Yeah, I've had
there was no problem.
Yeah, throughout this whole year, they always switch it up. Sometimes it's FedEx, sometimes it's UPS, and then rare occasions I think it's like DHL. And I've never seen this before, so I don't know. Like I said, the only difference is it's $800 and more, and as I said previously, I noticed they were only declaring the value at like around 600. So maybe they were trying to avoid that.
Could be.
Yeah.
Again, it's very disappointing. It is frustrating, but again, hopefully we'll get some more information for you guys as we go. And again, that was a really fun topic to talk about. Eric, thanks for sharing your experience with us. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Yeah, probably would have went smoothly if I would have just gotten the actual email with the form that I was supposed to get and been done with it within like a day or two, instead of it turning into like a 4-day process of me having to bug them to give me the proper forms and everything.
If it happens to me, I'm just going to call FedEx and ask for Cindy.
That's right, Cindy. She's the one that gets stuff done. Cindy at FedEx. We give a shout out to her. And who was the other lady?
Rebecca.
Yeah, we don't like Rebecca.
Didn't call back.
Yeah, we don't like Rebecca.
Cindy.
She is not good at customer service. Sorry, Rebecca.
Focusing on Cindy here.
Yeah, we want Cindy.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.